in absentia, Bhishma Narayan Singh Sahab, Mr. Gurinder Singh, Mr. G.V.G. Krishnamurthy, Justice Vajithia, Mr. Batra, Mr. Nyamvasa, Mr. Sitaraman, distinguished ladies and gentlemen from the Indian diaspora. The invitation card describes me after my name, saying will preside, led to the entire diaspora movement and then led to all the changes we have seen in the Indian government's perception of the diaspora. In that sense, you all symbolize Nehru's apt statement that wherever there is an Indian, in whichever part of the world there is an Indian, a part and frequently a large part of India goes with him, is what Nehru said many decades ago. These are milestones not only to remember for contemporary India, but to celebrate the enterprise, the innate initiative, the sense of adventure with which Indians, in that sense, have conquered the world as wanderers, as adventurers, as businessmen. Legal aid generally, because some of these warring litigants, and not everybody in the diaspora is so well off or so rich as people dream about, a lot of the litigants do not have support systems of legal aid. They do not have support systems in the host. In the ultimate analysis, I think the entire diaspora movement is much more about EQ than about IQ. It's much more about emotion than mere business. It's much more about cultural integration than mere trans-border business relationships. It is, of course, business cannot be ignored. It is vital. But once you get the emotional link right, I think the rest should follow. As far as business is concerned, it is quite remarkable that approximately prosperity, the growth, the security and the strength of the diaspora movement. Because for a country as large as India to earn as much as about 2/3 with a population drop of less than 2% is a remarkable achievement. But if you look at some other statistics, as far as the proportion of NRIs or even the diaspora people who send back their earnings to India is concerned, in the Chinese case it is over 60% of the total FDI of the amongst the ladies and women have really made India proud. I think it's also very important, and this is a point already made by Dr. Karan Singh, to harness the diaspora for, if I may use a crude phrase, but which expresses the view, for purely selfish Indian national goals. A selfish national goal is not bad. Personally, when I was involved in the 123 nuclear agreement, both in Parliament and in Track 2 diplomacy abroad, I was struck, and I was particularly in the US, and so many years ago,